How's it going? Mike Gonzalez here, Kyle's favorite real estate agent. Here we are, first day of October 2021. This year is flying by. Want to do the weekly update of what's going on here in the Kyle market. Let's start with the big picture here, which is the I call this the market index, right? Are we in a buyer's market? Are we in a seller's market? What this index does right here, it just looks at the inventory that's coming on, and it looks at how much demand is there for that inventory, how fast is it going. Not too long ago, a few months ago, right in June, July, this was at 100%, which is an amazing market. It started to come down. I think last week we were at like 91. Today, this weekend, we're hovering right at about 83 as the index. So I think personally, it's still a very strong seller's market. Frankly, anything above 30 on the index is considered a seller's market. I think it's going to continue to be this way. I think this needle is going to keep dropping as the year goes on. We're just going to see, I really do see we're going to see like a leveling off, which happens every year, right? We have the holidays coming up. So when the holidays come up, there's less inventory, there's less activity. So I think it's going to start to hover maybe in the 70s around here, but it's not going to totally drop down and turn into a buyer's market. So let's look at what happened last 7 days. In the last 7 days alone, we've had 36 properties come on the market. We've seen 6 price decreases. That's that's amazing. Not too long ago, you just wouldn't see this, right? The prices were just going up and up and up. This could be, agents maybe not guiding their sellers correctly, and they're just way overshooting what the market is, and then they have to come back to reality. But yeah, we've seen 6 price decreases. We had 5 price increases, which, it is what it is. 2 came back on the market. So in the last 7 days, again, keep in mind, all this is 7 days activity here in the Kyle area. We've had 20 that went under contract. They're active under contract, and we have 20 that have gone pending. So essentially, in the last 7 days, we had 40 properties that were on the market have an offer accepted. And also in the last 7 days, we had 41 close. These 41 probably went into contract, 30, 45 days ago, and they're closing now. 3 were actually withdrawn, 1 expired, 1 on hold. Now let's look at the inventory levels, because I think that's interesting. If you do a search here in Kyle, it's going to show that, hey, we have about 160 properties on the market. So you're saying, well, what's going on? There's 160. That should be plenty. But the only thing is, if you look a little bit deeper into it, of those 165 or so, 121 are actually new home constructions. And if you look at the details on there, they're actually not going to be completed for another 6 to 8 months down the road. But when you look at what actually is on the ground that someone could go out and buy today, it's hovering in the 40s. Again, all this is in the Kyle area, 78640 area code. That's what we're seeing. So if you jump on Zillow or you jump on some of these sites and you see, oh, there's hundreds of listings out here, a lot of them are not built yet, right? They're not going to be ready to even go under contract. They're just there. The median price. All right. This is an interesting one. So we're hitting the 7-day average for the median price of a home here in Kyle is right around $395,000. Now, as you can see, it's kind of leveled off the last few weeks as far as the rate of the increase. But this trend has continued on really since August of 2020. That's kind of when we saw this start to kind of really go up very steeply. Plateaued again here right around March and then started to go back up again. So I think it's going to continue to keep going up. It's just going to kind of level off. I think what we're going to see here in Kyle is the mix of housing that's going to be available. We're going to be seeing more homes that are being built that are going to be more towards a higher price point, and that's just naturally going to drive it up. Okay, so that's that. But I think the big takeaway on this is it's still a very competitive market, just for the fact that there just is not a lot of inventory hitting. So if you're looking to sell, it's a great time because you're going to get multiple offers. If your agent does the marketing right and does everything right, you're going to get multiple offers, no question. But it's just how is it managed, how is it handled, how's the negotiation done? That's going to be the big driver. But again, the big thing here is the inventory levels. You know, it looks like we have a ton of supply out there, but a lot of it is just new home construction that's not ready to be moved in. We're going to continue to be, I think, in a strong seller's market. It's just not going to level off anytime soon. Natural cycle that happens through the year. We're going to see this start to come down, but I really don't see it going too far down, and it's definitely not going to come over to the buyer's market. So if you're waiting as a buyer, if you're waiting to say, oh, I'm going to wait for this to crash, I don't know. I think, you know, time is not on your side, because I think it's kind of like the rate of inflation, right? Every year, everything gets more and more expensive. I think that's going to hold true for housing. And I think the big reason here in Kyle, frankly, is just the Austin economy is just on fire. There's a lot of people that are wanting to move in here. And the other thing, investors. There is a ton of investors that have really zeroed in the Austin area. So if they're looking to pick up homes, you know, that just creates more competition. Some might say artificial competition, but nonetheless, they're making competitive offers mostly. But that's one thing we've seen a little bit. The investors aren't as eager to offer top dollar like they were not too long ago. So anyway, that's your update, weekly update for the first week in October. It's 9 o'clock at night here. Hope you guys have a good weekend. If you're out shopping, plenty of, not plenty, but there's a few open houses this weekend. And as always, if you need any help when it comes to real estate, feel free to give me a call. You can reach me at 512-812-9803 or just shoot me an email. Always love talking to folks about real estate. Take care. Talk to you soon.